All right, so hey, what's up to all my Virgos? So please make sure to get this book at Amazon.com. The link will be in the description box below as usual. For anybody who would like to contact me for a personal reading, my email address as well as the prices are in the description box below. So the first two cards that I got are, well, we can go through this. So the couple of cards that I got are the Three of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. So sorry about that. So your friends are having a discussion with you about how it is that you need to open up your heart, Virgo. If not your friends, you're having this discussion with yourself that you according to you need to open up your heart. For some of you Virgos, this isn't necessarily an image where you know why you're doing what you're doing, why it is that you know why you're not opening up your heart as far as a relationship is concerned. For other Virgos, it may end up being an act where you know you want somebody, but the situation is that you won't allow yourself to have anybody because you're afraid of getting hurt in some way. Also, too, you may have your own baggage that you're bringing into the relationship, and you may know this, and you don't want to end up hurting somebody else. So what goes on here is that the Four of Swords represents here about how it is that you know people do like you, Virgos. You know what I mean? The Virgo men, the Virgo women, you know that people do like you. It's just that the situation with this is that will you allow them to become a part of your life is the question. So what happens here is that the next two cards are the Nine of Swords, and then you have the Two of Pentacles. So the Nine of Swords and the Two of Pentacles is like a situation where you know excuse me, again, you know some of you Virgos want somebody, right? But the Two of Pentacles is about how you're kind of weighing this out, analyzing the situation of whether it is that you should really open up your heart to dating again, or getting to know someone again, or if you should just leave it as hooking up or nothing at all. Now the next two cards that I come up with are the Hermit, and then you have the Eight of Swords. So the Hermit and the Eight of Swords, right, are a situation where this person, they're being truthful. They don't really have anybody else. Or now you would have to worry or stuff like this. Well, I ain't gonna say worry, but you should be wary if you got something like the Two or Three of Cups, all right, or maybe even the Page of Cups, especially the Page of Cups. But this person isn't lying to you. They don't really they don't have anybody else. You know what I mean? This particular person who's represented as the Four of Swords, they don't really have anybody else. So if you pass up on this, that's up to you, but you're passing up on an individual who really does like you and has their own personal issues that they are happy to deal with as long as they have you around. Now the next card that I come up with is the Page of Pentacles, which is about how you Virgos need to really learn to do yourself a favor and figure out, for the ones who this isn't an image where, or it is an image. Okay, so I'll say for the Virgos in general, and I'm a Virgo myself, so I could speak on it. You Virgos need to understand why it is that you're so cold like this in the first place. You need to know, and you need to ask yourself, is it some form of an image, or is it something where you're in this for the the money and the self-improvement and stuff like this, you know what I mean, and you just really don't have the time. Now the things that the next two cards that I come up with are the Empress, and then you have the Moon. So the Empress and the Moon is basically a situation where if you can learn to really counsel yourself through it, from the mere fact that that's something that you're even attempting to do, you will elevate yourself into you will become that much more valuable, is what it is I was trying to say, because you will have evolved from the Page of Cups, where you're just offering someone something to someone, a relationship or something like this, or some form of like money, or some form of business aspect where you can use that as an entry to, like, what I mean, get to talk to somebody and get to know them, so you could later on hang out with them on a personal level, and then you elevate that into an empress level, where now you're like, okay, I need to really deal with my own personal issues. And then you have the Moon card, which represents your personal issues that very few people actually get to do. And the reason why it is that you got the Moon card, or I ain't gonna say why, but the Moon is significant in the sense of the Moon representing Cancer, right, as far as the actual zodiac sign. Now in the tarot key, it represents Pisces. I disagree. If you ask me, it represents both Pisces and Cancer, because of the murkiness on the water of Pisces, right, and the unsurety, the uncertainty of it. But then at the same time, it's the Moon, so that's Cancer. So what happens here is that you have some issues that you may need to deal with, okay, Pisces. And now once you learn how to really deal with it, tackle it head on, you're going to find yourself becoming a lot more happy. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.